Hey, Hare Krishna. Um, so today, um, I just came to practice little basketball, right? Um, so as I was coming today morning, thought I'll just play basketball, and just rest is because I needed so much rest, um, is because my light body is getting activated. Uh, I mean, we are doing enough of sufficient sadhana to just nurture the soul, and evolution is a part of it. And as we do that, um, I'm really tired. You know what I mean? Is because it's not enough of rest. It doesn't matter how much I'm resting; it's not enough. You know what I mean? Is because when a certain major activations happen, um, okay. I just wanted to talk about something else is because if I start to talk about activations and especially major activations, it's gonna take a very long time and this is gonna turn into an entire different topic altogether. So let's just talk about what I really wanted to talk, right? So what I really wanted to talk is I don't know if I'm gonna upload this or if I'm gonna keep it in private and just give the links to my people. It's because this might lead to a controversy, and I don't want to, be there. I don't, bruh, I just don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Uh, it's too much chaos. I mean, it's not like we cannot handle or something like that. We can nail it. You know what I mean? But we can just get it. But I don't have time and energy for that. I have a lot of things to do within the next 5 years, and so maybe even after 5 years, I'm gonna put it to public. But right now, I'm gonna keep it to private. Or we never know. We can upload it. I mean, my spirit team says just go for it. I'll just go for it is because obviously they are the ones who's gonna handle because everything happens in the spiritual realm first, and then it's gonna manifest in the physical. So if they are willing to handle it, yeah, because I'm willing to handle it. Any day I'm like that. So it's just that what I feel is better to keep it private is because this is uh, not a lot of people talk about it is because yesterday as I was singing in the main hall, um, I was totally gone, like totally gone is because a lot of activations and I've, I, I just forgot that I was in the hall, it just was me and it just was me and him sort of a thing. And I got so connected, so connected that I started singing, I started dancing. Um, and all of this usually happens, I mean, whenever I'm in my natural element, right? I suppress a lot to not to be me is because that attracts a lot of everything towards me, everything, you know what I mean, not just people, and everything just gravitates towards. So I usually, like whenever I feel like there's too much of gravitational pull, I just withdraw it. I just turn into a human form again. I mean, I just suppress it. There's a trick to do it. So I couldn't even suppress it yesterday. It was, I mean, it was so huge that I couldn't help it out. Like I totally every time I'm a really like a mind master. Like my mind is really mastered very well, but it's not like it went off balance or something like that. Nothing like that though, or it went off in nothing exactly like that. But I didn't want it to control it. That I was in such a state, such an ecstatic state that I didn't want it to control it anymore. I just wanted to let it loose. I just wanted to let it flow. You know what I mean? Because the energy was so intense, and even in the main, the guy who was singing, he was in his element as well. So as we got connected, and I started to sing as well. I mean, um, a lot of everybody surrounded me. You know what I mean? Um, so then I started to understand there's something, and I carried the same energy while I was coming back home. Last night. So while I was doing it, right, I started to understand that instantly was getting signs to stop it. Is because that's not a place to streets is not a place to it wasn't a performance, it was just, it was just life. uh, so when you do it in the streets, it becomes performances because you're picking up on a um, lot of other energies as to competitions and stuff, and then it becomes performance. That's the purest form of energy. Kirtan is something, a purest form of energy. Now as you do it in the streets, now what happens is, as you pick up on other energies, right, all those low energies like competition, hatred, jealousy and whatnot, right, so it becomes another sort of energy, meaning a purest energy is becoming, it's not, it cannot be impure, but you're trying to mix it with, you're not even trying to mix it with impurity, but impurity just even that starts to attract to it, you know what I mean, all those people. So it's not, see, divinity is just like, you go to chaotic place, and you're not supposed to, you're not really supposed to take you're not supposed to do that, is because the entire, see what I'll tell you, I don't want to hide it anymore, is because as you start seeing kirtans, right, all these angelic entities, or even gods and goddesses, they just start to really they just gravitate towards you, you know what I mean, they just want to be around you, because the frequency is very very light, very very homely and very friendly there, and something like that in earth is really, you know uh, it's really golden, so they just want to be there. So all the such entities get drawn towards such frequencies wherever it is, right. So now what happens is, as they do it, as the higher elementary beings just want to, just want to be there around it, and you're doing it in such a place where there's so much of chaos, you know what I mean, in the streets or in the slums, or I mean, I'm not telling the streets and the slums or the clubs are like that, but the frequency around is such where the very air is very dense, it's poisoned, you know what I mean. I mean, there's hate, there's every sort of emotion, it's a mixture of all sort of emotions. So the very air itself is poisoned, the very atmosphere is so poisoned that anybody who's really sensitive to energies can feel it in such places. So in such places you do it, and this, it's gonna create friction between a dark and a light by doing that, meaning um, what happens is, they want to be there, the light aspects want to be there, right, the gods and goddesses want to be there, and it's not, um, how do I put it in words? It's really hard to articulate such things, is because, see, as even my light body got activated, I can't go to a lot of public places, is because the body instantly picks on it. Usually the energy was picking up on it, then the mind acts, and the intuition is just kicks in and says what to do, where to be, and what not to do. And if you just want to know, talk to your spirit team and stuff, you know how long to be there and stuff. But as your light body gets activated, it's a code activation, you know what I mean, it just receives it, it knows, even before having a food, it knows whether to touch the food or not, you know what I mean, it's so quick. It's like a supercomputer. It's not a regular computer anymore, it's organized, it's updated, it's no it's working in its fullest potential, maybe not like compared to another computer, right, compared to another system that you were before. So the capabilities are more, so if the capabilities are more, the possibilities are more. If you don't know how to handle it, you might crash it. It's because you have a greatest resource ever, you have a greatest gear ever, and if you don't know how to use it, if you have never read the user manual, it's gone, you know, I mean, you might crash it, you might crash the car, you might crash the system, you know, if you just touch something, it's because it's so delicate, right, it gets complicated more, it just gets more complicated as we move forward, right. The same thing happens, I was not getting like, why am I feeling this way, you know, like even when I do, if I wanted, I can just shut it off. Like if I want to pick, I can pick on others emotions or mind or whatever the aspects are, energy or whatever, right. I can just tap into their Akashic records itself, you know, like past, present, and future. I just know it like that. But when I don't want it, I can shut it off just like that. It was like internet. If I want, I can access to the data, or if not, it's fine with me, sort of a thing. And now I'm not able to switch it off. It's just flow and it's just delivering. I'm like, no, no, because it's so. I mean, this people's mind is really crazy, and I mean, a lot of things happen in their mind, and it's very okay. So that creates a lot of friction, and as I start to pick up on their energies, and instantly, if I don't transmute or if I don't release it, right, it might have a possibility of manifesting in my life, is because inner worldly is outer reflection. It instantly doesn't have any other way to go, so instantly it will manifest in the physical realm. So as I don't hola, what's up, G? Uh, yeah. So it's like that, Me just being in a light body, I mean, just activating a little light body aspect, right? A light body, meaning turning a physical body into a spiritual body. I haven't activated though. It's just like basics. This surface level is hitting me so hard. Now I understand why people, like isolate themselves in very remote areas, whereas Himalayas or something like that, where the underground themselves or something like that, they just isolate. It's because they have activated the light body, bro. You know what I mean? They just can't. I mean, they just can't get into the societies because it's like that. They can't stop, but they can't stop the downloads. I mean, after a mastery maybe they can, but I'm still not there. I don't have a guru. It's just like that. I have a spiritual guru. It's not like it's not physical. You know what I mean? So it's just like that. And what about these beings? You know what I mean? It's like so suffocate. That is why they don't visit Earth. So a lot of time is because in such places, if you start to chant, if you're not even supposed to chant, is because see, just in human form, if you activate a little light body, all these things happen. And imagine that they have the entire light body. You know what I mean? Obviously they can handle it and stuff, but still, if you bring them in such places, right, in streets and stuff, where there's a lot of vehicles, lot of lot of copying everywhere, and you know what I mean, right? So it's gonna it's so uncomfortable for them, is because it's just like a woman and a lot of people, lot of pervert people, and a one woman there. How would she feel? Same way we feel, bro. Just to put it in human words, right? So it's a woman is deserved to be in a place where there is a natural protection, where she feels nurtured, where she is really respected and really honored or really worshipped. That's where she is supposed to be, right? As simple as that. Same with the spiritual entity. You just can't bring them like just like that, because you're not willingly doing it though, but still you're doing it, is because that's how it works. You know what I mean? That's how they naturally get gravitated to such frequencies. You need to understand, you're uttering sound, and when you're in your element, your voice is like a divine. It's like a divine padarth, meaning it's a divine element. You can use it. Just your voice can activate people. You know what I mean? Just your vocals. That is why they just see when Lord Krishna is something different. He's really next level. But he's God himself. But what I'm trying to say is, if he starts to play his flute, right, everything gets gravitated towards me, towards him. See, woman, nature, plants, animals, and whatnot, the entire cosmos, right? Uh, Godly, whatever is godly or whatever is receptive to grace and love is naturally gravitated, and not just that, in everything gets gravitated. Everything just gets sucked towards him. It's like that. So, uh, little activation of a light body does that as well, is because he those beings start to radiate something divine within them. Even their vocals turn into something divine. Just listening to them, people feel like turned on, or something like very homely, or it touches the soul. It just doesn't touch your mind, or it just doesn't touch your physical body. It touches your soul, and when something like that touches your soul, like. you have to be there is because it's a soul calling, and it's natural to be there. So that's why people get. It's not just people, animal. See, in ancient times when people used to sing, they can bring. It's called. Agni Rag, meaning if you just sing that particular pitch in that octave, right? When you sing it, the fires get on. You know what I mean? They can get rain just by singing. They can bring rain. It's because that they activated their light body, or they're so connected to the divine. They know how to touch it with the frequencies. They know how to communicate with the frequencies, with the elements, using the frequencies, using the sounds, right? This particular note in this particular pitch at this octave, and with this intention and with this memory and with this energy with the divine or within the divine, now if I'm gonna touch it in certain way, it's gonna get activated, the rain gonna get activated, and it rains. And we can stop rain as well, or we can uh, switch on flames, and we can switch off flames. You know what I mean, right? So they're literally talking to panchabhutas, right? Just by vocals, bro, nothing else. You need to understand. And this vocals will naturally draw gods and goddesses towards them. It's because Agni Dev is a Dev, is a god, right? And same way happens with every other entity. So that's the whole point here. Just don't sing it. Even we are not supposed to chant and see. They say we can chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra everywhere, and no, bro, you don't know it. It's not supposed to do like that. You say now is because Krishna energy is really used. Not just Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Any mantra is not supposed to be chanted just like that outside or anywhere and anywhere. They just say it as because it's not that they didn't have enough of knowledge. They did. It's wisdom, but still it's not the absolute. Is because they haven't experienced. They haven't experienced the core of it. They have experienced the sub of it. Still they can attain with the sub. But see, I had a calling of telling it is because mantras, right? They are especially so in alignment with the cosmic energy. Say now you're chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna's energy gonna be there immediately, instantly. Is gonna cover you up, and when Krishna is when Krishna is there, like the entire cosmos is with you. It's walking with you. By you doing that, now what happens is, you're bothering. Because see, the entire structure, the entire grid changes. I understand, but it's not supposed to. You sit in a place, sit in a place and chant. It would be more effective and more connected, and more respected. Is because if you just start you're tying your shoes and you're chanting. You're walking in the streets and you're chanting. Or you're doing something else and you're chanting. No, bro, discipline. Like, it's not supposed to do it everywhere. You're in your restroom and chanting, or you're just in talking to your friend, and you're just in a public place where there's so much of or alcohol or drugs, anything like that, or woman who's with less clothes, whatsoever, right? Whatsoever, whichever, it's like Maya. You can do it. Don't do it in such places. There's a place to do it. Just like there's a time to do it, right? The best time to do it is same way, bro. There's best place to do it, and there's a place to do it, and there's a place not to do it as well. If there's a best time, there's a time, and there's no time as well. Same way, right? There's the best place to do it, which is temples and nature. Really, really nature. Sit with yourself, right? And that way you don't bother all those energies. Is because they want to be there. As soon as you start chanting, they want to be there, and it creates friction between the light and the dark, and it's like really troubling God, bothering God. You know what I mean? See, his energy can captivate anything and destroy any other energies. But still, what I'm trying to say is it's a respect. You need to understand. And when you do it isolated, or when you do it in remote areas, or when you do it just in your room, it's more powerful. He can sit. He is not bothered anymore with other, like or even the other divinely entities or whatever. They are not bothered anymore. They can sit with you, and they can have a little chat. and they can deliver you more downloads, more blueprint, is because just like that. No, there's no interference of other energies. Now we are totally connected with the entity, or with the godly, or with the divine, right? With Kana, and bro, now it's a real intimacy. You know what I mean? If you're in public, you can't intimate, bro. I'm with my girlfriend and saying, now there's a lot of public. How can I, right? So when just it's me and the earth, something else, right? So it's just like that. It's the same thing with the divine. You know, you should know where to take her. If you're a real man, you should know where to take her and where to make her sit, how to treat her, uh, right? A real man would do that. You know what I mean? If you really are in a relationship with the god, you would never do that. You know when to call him, and bro, it's like, see, uh, it's very simple. Maybe I made my point though, but it's just like that. You know what I mean? So having said that, um, just a minute. I'll just ask my team if I can give down a little more runs. Or um, just a minute.